Hello, and welcome to Channel 2S. I'm your host, Second Soundwave. Apologies for a little bit of a late start today. I got distracted with something right before the stream. I'm going to turn this light on so we have a little bit of a... There we go, a little bit better visibility here. Let me open up my camera viewfinder so I can adjust... Yeah, I think I'll actually turn that down a little bit. There we go. Refocus, perfect. So, let me just adjust my camera. I really wish OBS would let me set up my other scenes while I have the standby screen up, because I can only see through OBS what you guys are seeing on the stream, which means that if I do this, I can't actually see what any of my camera feeds show, which is kind of defeats the purpose of having a standby screen, because I really would prefer if I could just have the standby screen displayed on the stream while I'm adjusting my camera and getting everything set up, but that does not seem to be the case. Oh. I just realized that I didn't actually go live. Wait, did I? It says end stream. Am I live? I don't see anyone in chat. Hang on. Wait, is my mic muted? Let me check that. No, my mic's not muted. Hang on. Let me make sure this is working. Okay, I am live. Good. Cause I was second guessing myself because I kind of rushed everything here when I was getting set up, and I was like, wait a minute, is this actually live? It's showing live in YouTube and it's showing live in OBS, so I'm assuming it's good. So, welcome to the stream, everyone. We're gonna be finishing up the Calibarn today. I'm just finishing getting everything set up here. I literally started from zero like 2 minutes ago, so... I think Nope, now my avatar is randomly frozen. Okay, let me fix that. Running a live stream is kind of like playing, I guess like some of the later Five Nights at Freddy's games where you have like 7 different mini games that you need to simultaneously juggle in order to keep everything from collapsing. Yeah, we are live. We're actually live today. We're going to be finishing up the build, and we're going to try and see if we can actually get it done this stream. We did get a little sidetracked during the end of last stream, but that's not going to happen again. He lied as easily as he breathed. So, we're going to start right off the bat with the feet. Why is my camera looks really... Oh, I guess that's just how it is. Okay. My camera's got a little meter on it that shows when the scene's too bright or washed out, but it tends to not be particularly accurate. I have the Calibarn, just waiting for my nippers. Nice, nice. So far, it's been a pretty alright build. I have messed around a little bit with the upper body since I built it last time, and I found that the bicep swivel is a little loose, especially on this arm. But aside from that, the joints on this do feel really nice. What I especially like is they found a much better way of implementing the Iron-Blooded Orphan style elbow on this kit than on the actual, IBO models. Because, in case you don't understand what I'm talking about, on the IBO kits as well as this one, the way the elbow works is instead of having like, the 2 clamshell halves that the joint is sort of sandwiched around to completely encase it, you have one side of joint, the other side of joint, and they just kind of clip together like this, and there's nothing really holding them together. And on the Iron-Blooded Orphans kits, that was kind of annoying because, well, they never would, like, fall apart. You always knew that they were just being basically pushed together by friction, and it wouldn't be that easy, wouldn't be that hard for them to come apart. So what they do with the Calibarn here is that you have that same style joint construction, but the arm armor kind of extends up and around it, and it sort of encapsulates the joint so it doesn't come apart, which makes the arms here feel much more sturdy than they would on a similar Iron-Blooded Orphans kit. So they've definitely made some innovations there. I think the neck feels really good. The shoulders are fine. I still do not like this joint as much as a polycap style one because you're just not getting as much upward movement. But for the most part, I have been moderately pleased with how this build has gone so far. And after today's stream, we'll see how I like the lower body as well. Didn't start getting Zenless Sony Zero ads until you mentioned it last stream. Well, that's because the July 4th was when they were launching the game. So it's the launch of the new game. There's going to be a big marketing push for it. I was actually going to try playing it yesterday, but well, first of all, I decided not to play it on my computer because I don't want Epic Games Store launcher on my computer. So I thought, you know what? I'm just going to play it on my phone. I've got a pretty powerful phone. That shouldn't be a problem. So I went to download the app, and it was like 200 megabytes in the App Store. So I figured, okay, this will be fine. I'll play it a little. I'll try it out. And then I opened the app, and of course, after making an account, as is the case with a lot of these mobile games now, there was like a 17 gigabyte download to download the actual game. So I waited like an hour and a half for that to download, and I actually had to like go out of the house and like run some errands while I was waiting for it to finish. And then I came back, and it, like 10 minutes later after I came back, it was done. So then I hit play, and it took like another 15 minutes to compile shaders, and by that point I was like, okay, fuck it, I'm not playing that right now. So I didn't actually get to play Zenless Zone Zero, but I am still going to get to it at some point. It does look quite fun. You really expect... Look, if it's not 200 megabytes, they shouldn't have made the install off the Play Store 200 megabytes. Nikkei does the same crap, and it really annoys me when the quote-unquote game download is a couple megabytes, and then the actual download doesn't happen until after you've already got it on your phone and you're prepared to play the game. In 5 years, that 17 will be 75. Yeah, and it'll be like 500 gigabytes for the new Call of Duty. And we'll all have like 4 terabyte hard drives, or 4 terabytes of storage in our phones. So that's the front piece. I need the middle part, and I need the cap. That's 43 and 44. Building the Rising Freedom right now. It's one of the nicest HEs to build. I really want to get my hands on some of those Seed Freedom kits. I've got the Dual on pre-order. I've got the Dual Blitz. I want to build that, but I kind of want to build either a Mighty Strike Freedom or a Rising Freedom before that, just to get the... I kind of like to get the lead Gundam done first, right? As like I like having that be my first impression of the line, the starting point for my collection. So depending on how much I end up getting charged for shipping for the July kits that I have coming in this month, depending on how much I have left, I'll see if I can grab maybe a Freedom and a Justice or a Mighty Strike Freedom or something from New Type, and then that'll be a little supplementary build to that. I also need 22 and 27 off the B runner. Here we go. The joints are rock solid and the design's almost perfect. The legs could be a little longer. Yeah, I think the leg proportions on the Soletta Gundams are not quite as good as they could have been, especially when you see the full mechanics aerial and how amazing that kit looks. It's like, man, they really could have done a little bit better with the high grades in that regard. 27 is the other piece. This one. What are the best budget nippers that do the job well? I found the MadWorks nippers to be a pretty good middle ground. They're like $30, and they're really nice quality without being like super expensive like the God Hands are. I've got like a massively popular YouTube short talking about this, but I don't generally recommend God Hands. I think they're a little overrated. I think they're a little overpriced, and I think there's better options you can get for quite a bit cheaper. Generally, my recommendation is the MadWorks nippers. In fact, I believe I actually have a affiliate link on New Type to them directly in either the comments or the description of that aforementioned short. Speaking of shorts, actually, I made a short out of the end of that SFI Sentinel build where I used the plastic cement on the piece of runner to pull the vent out, and it did like stupid well. That thing got like 10,000 views. 10,000 views in the first couple days. I'm gonna need to make some more shorts out of some stream highlights. Start with the genuinely helpful and useful ones and interesting ones, and then get into the real cursed shit. Those 3-hour into the stream Bionicle tangents. When we start talking about horse girl feet and centaur anatomy. seed action system greater than Witch from Mercury. From what I've seen, that seems to be the case. I really want to build some of those seed action system kits. They look so good. And basically, I like almost every single design from the line, so I'm probably just going to go all in with it. That was another reason that I didn't get a lot of the Witch from Mercury kits up until recently, was just because not only did I not have a lot of faith in the build quality of just the actual like engineering of the kits as models, but I also just didn't really like a lot of the mobile suits from Witch from Mercury. There were a few that were okay. I think the Calibarn's neat. Some of the Demi variants are cool, but a lot of the suits just really didn't click with me. I also impaled my finger on a lobster spine during 4th of July dinner, so I've kind of got a sensitive spot on my thumb that I'm trying to avoid while I'm building. Are the Rui tool nippers any good? I don't think I've ever heard of those. Yeah, no shit, that's why the cheapest one is 27. Well, this was 25, so, you know, the pricing does tend to be a little bit here and there in terms of the... I feel like if I had like $25, $27 to spend on a high grade kit, I would much rather get something like the Rising Freedom than something like the Calibarn here. I really would also like to see the seed action system get used on more of like just the standard HGUC and Cosmic Era, etc. releases in the future. If that just becomes like a new standard for HG construction, that'd be great. Also be really cool to see what the next iteration of build whatever ends up doing with the Seed Freedom models. I'd love to see like some new variants of like the Freedom or the Duel or the Buster that are based off of the molds from Seed Freedom. It's $30 for the Calibarn. Yeah, that's the thing with the Witch from Mercury kits, is even if they do end up being decent models, they are definitely on the expensive side. Even then, 30... If you're in America, I feel like 30 is a little high. Unless you're talking about after shipping. Build Rising Freedom would be absolutely crazy. Yeah, I mean, the Rising Freedom... I always thought the Rising Freedom looked like a Build Fighters kit. Like, it looks like the exact kind of Gundam that, say, Iori would have gotten or made for himself after the Build Strike. Like, the Build Strike gets destroyed, and he builds a Freedom Gundam to replace it. That is the exact Freedom Gundam he would build. Even the whole, like, retrofitting a transformation into a Freedom Gundam thing seems like such a Build Fighters move. How much is the Rising Freedom? I think on new type it's like 25, 26 bucks, maybe 27. That's before shipping, though. And as always, if you're ordering your kits from New Type HQ, the affiliate link is down in the description. I know I did. Yeah, you know, that happens sometimes with your first Gunpla. There's definitely a few kits that I bought early on that I definitely overpaid a bit for, but I didn't know any better at the time. I was like, oh, $35 for a high-grade Reborn's Gundam? Sure, why not? And then I proceeded to have the absolute worst build experience of my life. To be fair, though, the actual build experience of the Reborns wasn't really that bad. It was more so the end result was severely unimpressive. That's one of the only times where I think my experience with a model kit genuinely colored my perception of the mobile suit itself, because before I built the high-grade Reborn's Gundam, I thought it was a really, really cool Gundam. I loved the Reborn's Gundam as a design, but ever since building that kit, it like permanently tainted that Gundam in my mind. So now, when I think of the Reborns, instead of going, oh man, that's such a cool Gundam, I go, yeah, I guess it's okay. It's an alright Gundam. And I think it's almost exclusively because of the experience that I had with that kit. It literally ruined the entire Gundam for me. Can't wait to build my Calibarn. Yeah, it's honestly not that bad of a build. It's a pretty fun time. It is nice to have a hobby knife as well as a pair of nippers, just because as you see me doing here, you can't really trim perfectly down to the edge of the part. So what you typically do is you trim a little bit away from the nub, and then you just shave it down with a knife. So just having one of these basic little X-Acto hobby knives, you can get one of these for a couple bucks at like any hobby store, any hardware store even, really does help. Definitely something you should have. Some people prefer to go the sanding stick route or sandpaper files, and that works. I find it to be a little too tedious, so I prefer to just stick with the knife. I really just want kits of the original Build MS from the Gundam Breaker games, if there needs to be... Wait. Original Build MS from the... Oh, you mean like the Break Dias and the Hyakushiki J. Yeah, those would be kind of cool. I could see them doing that now that we got a new build, now that we got a new Breaker game coming out. Oh yeah, D-Monster, welcome to the stream. Love the build, and the kits look amazing, even just out of the box. Yeah, the OOB, just straight build experience of this so far has been really good, and the end result looks pretty nice. The color separation here is great, especially in the head. They got those little details like the gray Vulcans, the yellow cheek vents, the separated eyes. The color separation on this is pretty impressive. Any downsides to the Calibarn? I still feel so far, even though there is some impressive engineering here, I feel like it's a little overpriced for what it is. If this was like an $18 kit, I feel like it would be like really nice, but as it is, pretty much anywhere you go in America, or really from what I've heard from other people around the world, anywhere you go in the world really, it's going to be around a $25 kit, and it's okay. It's an alright model. If you really want a Calibarn, I think this is going to be more than satisfactory for you, but I don't know. I feel like the price is just a little high for what it is. And that's even factoring how much the prices of kits have skewed upwards nowadays. Is it build fun, or are you having fun because you're hanging out with us? Kind of both. I think, though, even if I was building this on my own, I would still be having fun with it. It is actually a pretty fun build. I do have to say, though, I enjoyed the build of the SFI Sentinel a lot more than I might have let on during the stream. It kind of sounded in some parts like I was getting really frustrated with it, and there were definitely times, like with the hands, where I absolutely was. But for the most part, I actually kind of loved the experience. It rekindled that feeling that I had when I first started building Gunpla, where I was kind of experiencing everything for the first time, because the thing with building most Gundams for me now is I have like a near encyclopedic, completely unhinged level of knowledge about like every mobile suit, basically. So whenever I build a kit like the Calibarn, I finish it and I just look at it and I'm like, yep, that's a Gundam Calibarn, all right. But with something like the Sentinel, it's not based off any mecha that I've seen before. So as I'm picking it up and looking at it and kind of turning it over in my hands, I'm seeing all these little details, all these little features that I've never seen before that are completely foreign to me. And I kind of get to like explore that and experience it for the first time. And it really brings me back to some of those earliest kits that I built back before I really knew anything about the lore of Gundam. And I was just picking up kits like the Double O Riser or the Red Frame Astray just because they looked cool. And as I'd be building them, I'd be like, whoa, this has this feature, he's got this weapon, that's so cool, I didn't know he would have that. And there's that discovery and excitement that I don't really get with a lot of Gundams nowadays, just because I kind of know too much about Gundam. But it's really cool to be able to experience that again with third-party kits. Alright, so which way is this oriented? Looks like you want to be this way. And the heel clicks onto here, and then the ankle guard goes onto. We got the Mirror Soul flight unit, so I can have the open hands and backpack. Yeah, was that? I guess they didn't really do a lot of weapon packs for Witch for Mercury. I think that's something they learned from IBO, because IBO and especially Re-Rise, they got a little too trigger happy with the weapon packs, and they released a lot of kind of annoying. They made a lot of annoying situations where you'd want a certain Gundam, but like half their weapons would be in a weapon pack, or you wanted to make one of the variations of the core Gundam, but the armor was one pack and the the weapons for it were another, and it was really annoying for some of them. So I think they learned a bit from that, and they kind of toned down the option part sets for Mercury. A little late to the stream because I had to drive to my mailbox and pick up my high-grade Ale Strike and RG Impulse Spec 2. Nice. Sounds like you're getting ready for the new option pack release. This goes this way. Okay. I don't think we'll be running into the gun vulva issue here with the feet. It seems like all the joints here, none of them are like super tight or anything. Like there's a pivot here, but it's not, doesn't feel like something where the tension's high enough to cause any damage. Let's pop you on here. The good unhinged parts about weird fetishes don't start until 2 hours in. Yeah, really the build parts of these streams is kind of just like it's like the warm up to the real stream afterwards, and that's where things get really unhinged. The build part of the stream we're watching right now, this is the equivalent to like when like before the football game there's just like 3 hours of just the announcers and commentators just running their mouths about random shit that no one cares about before the actual game starts. That's basically what we're doing right now. This isn't the actual game yet, this is just the warm-up. And if you just tune in for the build, you are seriously going to be missing out. Okay, so 20. Yeah, and they didn't always... Yeah, that was another part of it, DatCat, as well, is the bigger issue with the IBO weapon packs is once they made a million different weapon packs, they didn't reprint them all equally. So there's a lot of them that are really hard to get a hold of, and those started to get really expensive really fast. Which made it a bigger pain in the ass if you're trying to complete a certain model, because it's not as simple as just finding the kit. You need to find the 2 to 3 models you need to actually get the full experience. And yeah, if you're Speedy, if you're talking about the Nipper short, that one really took off. I can see the viewership over time as like a chart in my analytics, and on most of my videos, it's kind of shaped like this, where it goes up and up in the beginning, and then it always kind of tapers off and flattens out. That Nipper short, it's just a straight fucking line at a 45-degree angle. That thing just keeps getting views. It just keeps on going and going and going. All right, I need the 25 is the leg runner. Leg frame, I should say. Really does look close to a full frame, which is pretty impressive. The build is the opening act. Yeah, exactly. At least now with the option part lines, they might reprint them as much as they do. Yeah, I think that's part of the intention of the new option part line, is to sort of standardize some of those kits so they can reprint them more frequently. And also to have them not specifically tied to the branding of one show that might be perceived as like old or outdated. You know, like specifically branding something as generically useful as a hand option part set as a Build Fighters product, you know, could be seen to like less knowledgeable customers as like, oh, these are some really old hand kit, why would I buy these? But putting them in like fresh, fancy new packaging makes them look like they're more modern than they are, which sort of tricks the lesser knowing customer into buying something that was a perfectly fine product that they would have otherwise overlooked. Okay, I already nubbed this. Yeah, I did. Pre-game's a load of nonsense. The actual game is less fun. Yeah, another disturbing fact about you than post-games. You're not streaming for a year. Yeah, that's why I take such big breaks. It's to make sure that you guys forget about all the strange things that I said in the last stream. Want to be careful that 45-degree hand gesture could be taken as another form of gesture. Yeah, people might think that I'm a Kamen Rider that's about to henshin because I'm like doing the thing with the arms. It's definitely not interpretable as anything else. Where do you go? Inside of D240. 1 and 42. Yes. Okay. That is, don't worry, that is the last thing that YouTube would strike me for. There's so much worse. A19. Yellow part. I'm gonna try Black Knight Squad. I am going to definitely get Shiva. Is Shiva the main one? The white one with all the cool effect parts? I'm definitely getting that. The other members of the Black Knight Squad are pretty much the only kits from Speed Freedom that I'm really not super interested in. Pretty much everything else looks great, but those two I'm just kind of they don't really do much for me. I'm not a huge fan of the designs, even though the kits themselves look okay. The traditional Henshin dab 2S is clearly a tokusatsu hero. I actually considered adding more like Henshin hero elements to my avatar design at some point, but that'd be like a variant costume to make for another time. Maybe once I have a torso that extends past my lower chest, I'll be able to throw on a rider belt or something. Three, right? Yeah, no, 2. E2. Calrea, right, Calrea. I can't keep the names of any of them straight. Mostly just because they're treated as such a, like, singular entity in the movies. In the movie, rather. Don't get at least a green Black Knight Squad guy. What is the Destiny Spec 2 gonna kill? Oh, I'm not getting a Destiny Spec 2. I already have the original Destiny. It's a phenomenal kit, but I don't need another one. And I definitely don't have a place to display the Zeus system. Nor am I going to be buying a premium Bandai upgrade for the Akatsuki so I can use it with that mobile suit either. Nubbed this, right? Yeah. So, we need another sticker. Which sticker? So, 12 goes on the back. Oh no, I leaked it. I leaked the future Gundam Seed movies. I can't believe I slipped up and accidentally revealed Gundam Seed Justice. Bandai's gonna fire me now. Yeah, 15. I can't really envision Bandai making, or I think it's fair to say Bandai because Sunrise is owned by Bandai, but I can't see them making any more Gundam anime that are based off of pre-existing media. Like after like Origin, Thunderbolt, I don't really see them diving back into the realm of written Gundam media to adapt something, as opposed to making an original story, because that seems to be much more the direction they prefer taking. Like, even with Doan's Island, like, a lot of people were thinking, oh, that's going to be an adaptation of the Gundam the Origin, side story manga that was also about Doan's Island, but it ended up being a completely different movie. So it seems like even when given the opportunity to do so, Bandai would prefer to tell something original over something that is an adaptation of what they've already made. Where do you go? You go right here. Okay, so we are using a C-clip joint for the knee, so we'll see how that works. That is going to be definitely one of my concern points for this. Make something good that we know is good because it's been out for decades, or make something new like Witch from Mercury. I mean, I think they just don't... I feel like Bandai just doesn't like just rehashing something that they've already made, because remember, they're very like Japanese focused in terms of like their market and what they make. So when it comes to the manga, because they're all in Japanese and they're all so readily available, a lot of Japanese Gundam fans have already read the manga. So in Bandai's eyes, they don't really probably see as much of an advantage to adapting those as opposed to making a new story, because they're probably just looking at... What? Hang on. They're probably just looking at what their domestic market is going to want to see. And yeah, they've been rehashing the UC for 40 years, sure, but they don't take the exact same story and adapt it. They tell new stories within the Universal Century. What I voiced a little surprise there, and what was throwing me off was, oh, never mind. Okay, I was confused because I was looking at the way that this piece goes together, and I thought that the permit part is going to be blocking the hip here, but what's actually going on is I've got the hip upside down. So you're not supposed to have... Let me pry this off without breaking it. I don't know why it clips on the way that it does, but it makes it very annoying to remove. Come on. Don't you dare break on me. There you go. This hip piece here is actually... I have it sort of backwards, so it's supposed to go the other way. So with the hip piece lower down like that. And I think some people do rotate the hip the other way, and it's like a height mod sort of for the kit. Okay, well now the pieces are too far apart. Okay, that squeezed them back together a little bit. That's okay. But I think that's like a height mod that people are doing for the area where they flip the hip around. But the problem with doing that is it brings it too close to the top of this piece, which means you're not going to get the outward hip movement anymore. So I guess if you can do that mod, but you're going to be limiting your articulation on the hips, so not huge into that. Plus, Japanese fans are higher skilled, and they definitely demand kits, but they have the skill to scratch build them. Yeah, there's some just absolutely unhinged scratch builders in Japan. It's like magic. They can turn plow plate and putty into whatever shape they dream of, right? Honestly, just some insane high-level builders. This goes somewhere else, doesn't it? Yeah, it goes in the back here. Okay. Look, Bandai, I just want more shows with Gundam X quality. Please, for the love of the universe, give us good quality shows. Man, I almost No, that's cope. I was gonna say that like maybe someday Bandai could revisit Gundam X, but that is just pure copium. There's no way that would ever happen. Not a chance in hell. 37 and 38, so that's going to be the lower legs here. Started watching Gundam X the other day, it's so damn good. Yeah, Gundam X is pretty cool. I feel like it gets a little bit overpraised just because a lot of people see it as like the hidden gem Gundam series, but even when viewing it with a more measured perspective, it is still a pretty good show. It's definitely an interesting take on the Gundam universe, where it's very similar to what we've seen in Gundam before, but it has enough to keep it fresh. Like it's you can tell that it's in like a similar setting, a similar world. You're just seeing a different direction that world could have taken towards, you know, a more post-apocalyptic setting. The war really messed up the Earth, and now everyone's just trying to get by. And it's sort of it starts at the same starting point, but it gives you sort of an interesting twist on it. And I think that that's really cool. I need 21 and 29. Looks like the lower legs are pretty much directly mirrored, so I could probably build both of these at the same time if I wanted to. But I'm gonna not do that for now. Don't want to nip my finger. Plus it being right next to Shitwing. Yeah, that was a big part of what killed Gundam X, was that it was the fourth of 4 consecutive back-to-back Gundam series, and by the time X came out, honestly, X could have been an 11 out of 10 show that literally cured cancer, it wouldn't have mattered. It still probably would have gotten canceled anyways, just because of how burned out everyone was on Gundam at that point. It really did have the deck stacked against it. On the Cube, Gundam Age and X is 2 timelines where the future isn't bleak. Yeah, I do definitely prefer when they make new timelines over revisiting the old ones. I think it was interesting to do that with Seed, just because Seed is such a massive phenomenon, but for the most part, like, I like seeing, I like seeing the Universal Century get expanded, and I like seeing new universes, and one of the things that I really appreciate about Gundam as a franchise is their sort of balancing of the two, where, we get new stuff, and we get continuations of the old, and we sort of have like this nice coexistence between them. And if they want to try some really wild, goofy shit that might piss off the fans, they can always try it in a new universe, and if it fails, oh well. If it succeeds, cool. It takes a lot of the pressure off in that regard and lets them experiment with things that they otherwise might not be willing to if they only had the main timeline to work with. And at the same time, it lets them create really cool stuff in the main timeline for the more long-term fans. Like, man, the fact that we got Gundam Hathaway, that was such a dope-ass movie. I'm really, really looking forward to the sequel, and there's not another anime on the planet that I am more thoroughly hoping does not get effed up the way that Hathaway is, because, like, man, I really hope they don't screw this up. I really hope the other 2 movies turn out good, or even come out at all, because I really want to see that story reach a conclusion and have it be a good one, because that trilogy had a really strong start. AUs are just a replacement of Sunrise Block Takahashi shows. I can kind of see it. We really don't get a ton of those, like un-Gundam related real robot series anymore. I can kind of see how that's like a little bit of a replacement for it. I was going back to Seed because it's supposed to be like new UC. Yeah, Seed is such a monumental cultural phenomenon that it makes sense to go back to it. Especially with the 2000 shows and mecha aesthetics, yeah. Okay. Six, 23, and 30. I always find it a little strange how oftentimes they have you build the legs before the waist. I think it'd be nice to build the waist first, so you have like the whole body together, and then you just attach the legs directly to it. And then 30 would be... His main problem is so hyper-focused on Kira and Lag because you don't get to see what's going on in the rest of the universe. Yeah, well, that's what the Astray manga's for, and boy, is that a great time to read. Gundam Astray is just so much fun. Low is fun. It's fun to watch this goofy man with this giant katana robot just go around the Seed universe and just see what it's like from the POV of someone who's not Kira Yamato. What are even the real bad guys in Seed? I can answer that question, CJ. The real bad guys in Seed are whoever's not on Kira's side. That's literally it. And once you realize that, the show becomes a lot more straightforward and obvious, because anytime that someone's not either comically evil or a total dickhead, they eventually end up joining Kira's side, and everyone who's left is just like comic book supervillain evil. I hope the next Seed movie, Kira and Lacus, aren't at all. 0%. 0% chance that is ever going to happen. There is no possible way that that's... They will always be front and center of any sort of mainstream Gundam Seed media. The most we could hope for is like an OVA like Stargazer that focuses on some different characters, but any sort of mainstream media like a movie or a TV show is always 100% going to be on Kira. The real friends of the enemies we made along the way. What? I thought Kira was a bad guy. See, dude, when I was watching Gundam Seed the first time, I think there were more times where I was genuinely rooting for Athrun and his team than for anyone associated with Kira. I actually grew to like the Le Creuset team, or Croissant, or whatever they call him, the French guy. I grew to like that team a lot more than the main Archangel crew as the show went on. Is there a clip that... Yeah, there's a clip. It's literally the one I just freaking flipped out, dumbass. Okay. So, you start with the kneecap. Probably could have been part of the same piece. And then I clip this on here. Okay. And then you clip on up here. And then you go around the back. Okay. So, there's no way for the clips to come apart. They are completely encapsulated, and they don't feel too loose, but, I don't know. I'll need to build more of it, and I'll need to see how it feels once it's all together. I'm not a huge fan of having joints that major BC clips, though. What else do I need? I need 46 and 45 parts. Disrespect my boy Dio, I mean LaFlaga. Second leg should go a lot faster. I already know where everything goes now. And it's the same thing, just slightly mirrored. Not even really. It looks like most of the parts were duplicates, so I probably could have built them both at the same time, but I kind of like doing it better this way. I find that it makes it go a little quicker sometimes. To get to learn one leg and then apply what you learned on it to the other one. We go here, okay. Oh, there's a little extra bit that goes in there. Hear me out. Next movie they make an Athrun-focused movie centered around Orb, and the third movie is a Shin adventure where he's the main character. Honestly, I would really like to see that. That would be kind of cool, but I don't think that's what they're going to do. It's always going to be very focused on Kira. As cool as it would be to have a Shin movie and an Athrun movie, I don't think that's going to happen. One thing I didn't like about Seed was I couldn't sympathize with either or both sides. Other Gundam series maybe understand each side's point of view. Yeah, it's because you're not supposed to sympathize with either side. You're supposed to agree entirely with Kira. You're supposed to self-insert as Kira, and everyone is out to get Kira, and everyone but him is wrong. That is the philosophy of Gundam Seed. What am I missing? Oh. There we are. There we go. You go right there. That looks okay. Thicker? Thicker. I feel like that should have a sticker. It feels like there should be a little sticker inside of that vent there. I don't think... No, I don't think there is one, though. That's odd. Well, pop a foot on here. Yeah, so... This, honestly, this concerns me even more than the hip. Or not the hip, the knee. The knee is like, okay, I'm not 100% confident in this, but these ankles, this right here, that's just a basic ass clip joint. I do not have a ton of confidence in that thing holding up over time. I feel like if anything is going to fail in these models in terms of getting loose and starting to flop around, it's going to be these ankles. So I feel like I'm probably going to end up with a Calibarn that's going to be in a similar situation to my real Great Astray, where I stand it up, and after like 3 or 4 years, this thing's just going to just be a floppy girl with weak ankles. The more you learn about the Seed universe, the more you turn into a Seed antagonist purely because Kira exists. I can't stand Kira, so he's essentially the bad guy for me. When are we gonna model kit of Seed Freedom's new flagship? They don't really do ship models anymore. Last time they did that was with the EX model line, and that died out a long time ago, and they don't really reprint them that often. I think they've determined at this point that ship models just don't really sell that well to Gundam fans. The most we'll ever get nowadays is Mega House will sometimes do those catapult deck displays, but that's the closest we'll get to getting like modern ship models nowadays. It just doesn't, from what Bandai's made in the past, it doesn't seem like it's something that sells that well. That could be why it comes with a stand. The X model failed because the Gundam audience is not able or caring for military kits. Yeah. That was the other aspect. It wasn't just ships, it was ship models that were specifically targeted at like your traditional model fans, and there just wasn't enough of an audience overlap to really have that line take off. Or even then, it could have also been just a case where even if a ton of like scale modelers were interested in those ships, there just weren't enough scale modelers to make it worthwhile to Bandai compared to their snap-built audience. We'll get figures of Gundam ships. Do we get... I mean, the closest we really get to figures of Gundam ships are those Mega House catapult platforms I already mentioned. I don't think any figure company is... Oh wait, no! No, Mega House did do the ships. They did some scale ship miniatures at some point, but that was like 10 plus years ago. I don't think that's something they do anymore, so I'm not sure we will get any merch in the new ship from Freedom. No, we're getting a collection of figures, and right now we are. Okay, I must have missed that then. Got everything off that runner? I hope so. Oh. This. UC Hardgraph pretty much failed for the same reason. Yeah, UC Hardgraph had a couple kits that were kind of cool in it. They did that 8th MS Team one where it was just like a giant, like 1/20th scale mobile suit arm with all the details and fingers and everything. Still probably an easier build than those SFI Sentinel fingers. The older stuff with weathering and decals mixing with the new stuff, but they're expensive AF. Yeah, that happens with a lot of the more figure aligned stuff. Also, speaking of figures, I think that Haman Karn figure that I was talking about when we were talking about the possibility of a figurized Haman, that third party figure that I was thinking of, I think it's out now because I saw a review of it and it looks kind of bad. The joints were really loose. They're really obviously just using like a generic doll body, and it didn't look like a very good quality one. The joints were really loose. There were these like giant ugly seam lines in the legs. It didn't look as good as that first Sayla figure that company made. Mostly because it's not even the same scale. Like the Sayla figure was like 1/9 scale, and this one's 1/6, so they're completely different sizes, completely different base bodies, and the quality of the Haman one definitely doesn't look as high as the Sayla one. Which is unfortunate, because I'd love a good Haman figure, but That, unfortunately, does not seem to be the one. Okay, what else do I need? Yellow vent. And a... What else? I was just sucker for having support stuff like UC Hardgraph. Yeah, they did that. They tried to do that, and it just didn't work out. Ultimately, when it comes to Gundam merchandise, the actual mecha themselves, the mobile suits, will always outsell anything else, whether it's character/figure merchandise, whether it's ships, whether it's vehicles, whatever it is, it's always going to be outsold by the actual mobile suits themselves. The X model 100% could have been fully color separated at normal HD prices, but no. Yeah, they tried to lean into a market that just didn't seem to be interested in them. I don't like the hard graph human scale 120 stuff because there would be no way to ever theoretically do it in separated plastic. The X model. Okay, I see the full context of that now. Yeah. I don't think we need a new high grade Astray. I think the one we have is fine, and if you want something better, the real grade's always out there. What if they'll ever do figurized standard kits for male characters? I could see them doing a Char for sure. I don't know how deep they'd go in the line when it comes to males, but I could definitely see them doing Char, and I could maybe see them doing Kira. Those are like the big ones that they would... And Domon Kashu. Those are like the three. Char, Kira, Domon. Those are the three male characters that I could most likely see them doing figurizes of. And I guess Master Asia, but that kind of ties into Domon. Other companies can't release generic. Yeah, the figure mecha musume type stuff never works as well with male characters just because people like their waifus, but I think for those specific characters I just mentioned, they would at least have something of a chance. $100 Calibarn would be nice. Yeah, I'm really surprised they didn't do a full mechanics for the Calibarn. Or at least the aerial rebuild, or hell, something. Like the one singular full mechanics release for Witch from Mercury was such a weird choice. Even if they didn't have a lot of confidence in the line, because a lot of this merch is made well before the show airs, so they would have had no way of knowing how massively popular it would have ended up becoming. Even with that factored in, releasing one singular 1/100 scale kit for the entire line is just ridiculous. Like Iron-Blooded Orphans had a full selection of 1/100 kits, and yeah, they didn't get to everything, but they got most of the major stuff. I really think that they really dropped the ball when it came to the 1/100s for Witch from Mercury. And yeah, that one kit we got was amazing. That full mechanics aerial is a really nice kit, but man, we could have gotten so much more. Even if literal absolute bare minimum would have been at least a Calibarn. I don't see Amuro being as popular as Char in that regard. I think what helps with Char is he's got such an iconic look with the helmet. Well, with Amuro, like Kid Amuro, adult Amuro from Char's Counterattack, they're moderately popular, but I feel like from a visual shelf presentation standpoint, that Amuro is not as iconic as Char as a piece of visual representation for the brand. Like you put Char on the cover of a poster or something, and everyone immediately knows who that is. You put Amuro Ray up there, and half the people just think he's some random anime boy. Whoever's in charge of the Witch from Mercury model line was a mastermind of the highest caliber. I mean, they got some stuff right. They made more of the character figurizes than they usually do, and those sold really well. But they really should have done. They really should have done an extra full mechanics. Calibarn, aerial rebuild, just something. I don't think the odds of some third-party company making a third-party 1/100 Calibarn or Calibarn adjacent mobile suit are very high, because I don't think Witch from Mercury did that well over there. At least it didn't appeal to like the standard like aesthetic sensibilities of a lot of the third-party companies where everything's about like the Seed or 00 hyper flashy, super crazy look. So I don't think the third parties are going to save us in that regard. How can we only get hangars, catapults, or the Archangel's Bridge as backdrop sets, though? Well, probably because they wanted to make them in the same scale as the models, and if they did the full ships, they would be the size of someone's living room. One-year war Char and Amuro with swords? Maybe. I think part of it is that Char is instantly recognizable to both Gundam fans and non-Gundam fans. Well, with non-Gundam fans, they probably wouldn't see the sword fighting scene and not even know what that's a reference to. Exegear is the only brand that I know of that makes male kits outside of Figurized Standard Dragon Ball. The Kamen Rider... Yeah, I agree with you that the Kamen Rider and Ultraman stuff's kind of a different situation, since those are almost more mecha adjacent, since they're appealing to the same sort of aesthetic sensibilities as a mecha collector, where it's all about like the cool techie armor. But yes, the Dragon Ball Figurizes tend to do pretty well. They also did those Star Wars models that sold pretty well as well. And yes, a lot of those were droids and, you know, like General Grievous and stuff like that, but still, it can be done. It's just not going to sell nearly as well as the waifu kits do. Aside from those, I only know of 2 other male kits. The thing with Char and his design and nature works better as an action figure. Yeah, he's a very toyetic character. Wouldn't want a 1-year Amuro and Char's counterattack Amuro design, and nature-wise, more for chilling around a coffee table. Yeah. Hence why he's got the Mega House figures. Actually, is there a Mega House figure of 0079 Amuro? Because I know I've seen one of Char's counterattack Amuro before, but I don't think I've ever seen any of the younger version of him. Older Amuro is just a dude in somewhat generic pilot off-duty wear. And I mean, even if you make him in his pilot suit, it's not like a super, like, iconic-looking design. Like, it's recognizable to Gundam fans, but it's not, like, iconic in, like, the broad scheme of anime in the way that Char's classic outfit is. The person in charge of the Wood from Mercury line knew Seed Freedom was going to eclipse Wood from Mercury, so wanted to keep the shelf space open for the Flood. I don't think they would have planned that far ahead. I could see it being a factor near the tail end of the line, though, that they might have wanted to make room for Seed, since I'm sure that they, given the massive popularity of Seed, I'm sure they did know that Seed was going to do at least moderately popular, and I think that could have maybe had an effect in the last few kits, but I don't think they, like, super meticulously planned out Witch from Mercury from the beginning to specifically leave a gap for Freedom. Oh, hey, MJ. Welcome to the stream. Oh, not much. I just built a leg. I'm building the other one now. It's got C-clip joints for the knees that I'm not super crazy about, but I'm really not fond of the C-clips in the ankles. I feel like those are going to be a weak point over time. Also, Manpig, welcome to the stream. Good to see people showing up now at round 5. I would want more Gundam female kids like Sayla, Lala, Mirai, Rain, Tierra. I don't think that... I could see them maybe doing Sayla. I can't see Lala or Mirai getting made. Rain I could definitely see. Tierra I could kind of see them doing. Sayla maybe. I feel like the list of characters from Gundam that they could actually pull off as a figurized standard and have it both, like, actually sell is probably in the single digits, and it's probably like 5 or 6 characters realistically. No, we're not in the fetish hours yet. We're only in the first hour of the stream. We haven't busted out the real wild shit yet. Ones that have a standard the fifth frame are a weakness for sure. Yeah, it's I mean, at least it's not the ankles from the gun vulva, which I am gonna pick up eventually, so I'll get to see in person exactly what's going on with the feet on that thing. All my dream pics are stuff that'll never happen. Yeah, that's how it goes. That's what 3D printing's for. And vulva too tight. Yeah, I could probably just sand it down like I did with the crossbones ankles. Because that probably would have gone the same way as a lot of people's gun vulvas if I didn't sand it. Put a couple passes with some sanding paper over the peg, and it felt just like a normal joint. Give me all the crazy bitches, give me Jiron, give me Sho. Yeah, they could do like just pull out all the stops. Give us Ruluka, give us Sharasun, give us Katagina, give us 4, you know, Razumi. Just go wild. Broke the V from the Infojustice. Yeah, I saw the community post about that, and apparently it got messed up with the repair. I had to order a second copy to replace it. Yeah, that sucks. Then mucked up the Striker Pack review to the point where I'd take it down. Really? What did you mess up with that? I was gonna watch that. I was gonna watch that later today. I didn't know you took it down. Can I get a dome figure? Oh yeah, Nana Trinity would be an interesting choice. I would get an, if they made a figurized standard late Nana Trinity, I would get one specifically to set it on fire. You could easily 30-minute sisters the Innovators, as you get at least 2 of them in one kit. You could, but the Innovators aren't nearly popular enough for them to do that with. And I still can't believe that the 30-minute missions line sold $20 hair and faceplate sets for their Idolmaster kits. That is some insane Plummo DLC. Nana's red flags are huge, but so are they're not, honestly, they're not even that big, dude. Like, they're not worth the red flags. I put up the amended version, but the arm for the Agni was upside down. I missed the tab that locks it in. So, oh, I see. Yeah. Like it's in all the way. Is it in? Yeah, it's in. Okay. Dude, IMAS is huge. Yeah, that's the problem. People will buy anything. They can sell a hairstyle and a faceplate for $20 and people will buy it. It literally costs almost as much as the actual base body. I'm home with my parents, but the train ride there was misery. Like, home with them in UK, or are you back in... Are you back in Asia now? Paula would be lucky to get a piece of paper acknowledgement. Hang on, who the hell is Policis? Let me look up this character. Hang on, is this a character that I need to turn safe search on for? YOLO. Is it Paula what? Paula Cis. Not Paula Sus. Who the hell is Paula Cis? Oh, yeah. That girl from Gundam X. I literally forgot she even existed. Okay. Going off the obscurity of the character probably wouldn't need safe search on anyways. I highly doubt anyone's ever drawn her. Oh, you all immigrated to the UK. Okay, gotcha. Oh, swap Mono Sakuragi. Okay, let me just Google some more random, out-of-context anime characters. Mana Sakuragi. Is that right? Mono Sakuragi. Mono. Oh, Idolmaster character. Okay. Let's see the woman. They're not that big though. They're like normal Idolmaster character size. Am I looking up the right character? Hang on. Mono Sakuragi. Talk about big chest. Her. I'm looking at the official artwork of her, and she looks pretty like within the standard deviation range for Idolmaster. I'm not sure if we're talking about the same character here. Oh, she's a hider. I see. Her clothing doesn't reveal much, but she's nice. Because when you say like let me use your exact words. When he's talking about like big chests, I'm thinking like Yoko Littner type characters, not like decently sized but hidden under clothing. Okay, I can kind of see it in some of these outfits. I kind of get where you're coming from a little bit. Oh, she's a figurized bust kit. Okay, well, he does have the bust for it. The main part of the stream has begun with this. Yeah, now that we've started looking up obscure anime waifus, now the real stream has begun. It's only a matter of time before 2S says something weird now. If we want the shower, we have Kogane Suihoko is also getting a kit. Kogane Suihoko. Okay, yeah, she's definitely got a little bit more visibility here for sure. Let me see. All right. Yeah. She's all right. Yoko's not even, she's not that big by anime standards, but they're very in your face. That's the thing with Yokos. It's you can't miss them, right? Like they're right there. Yeah, I mean, I guess if you have simple taste, that's all right. I never really saw a huge appeal in the Idolmaster characters. They always seemed kind of not flat as in like that meaning of flat, but they just seemed like not super interesting. Like they have like all right personalities, like character wise, but like they always just felt a little bit generic to me. So I never really got the appeal. But I guess that's what happens if you're making that many characters for a project, is it's gonna be hard to give everyone like a really strong appeal. Is it horny? Oh yeah, we're definitely into horny posting hours now. We're past the 1 hour mark, so the horny posting has officially begun. We are officially in the rating your Idolmaster waifus section of the stream. Actually, yeah, maybe we could do that after we finish the build, is just tier listing Idolmaster characters with absolutely zero context whatsoever, because I've never seen Idolmaster in my life. I'm just purely going off how they look and what I can read in like the first paragraph of their wiki article. Like, this one is A tier because her hair is blue and I like the color blue. When it comes to Idolmaster, like Chioko's and she likes sensuality, that stream is canon, I don't care. Yeah, I think I heard about that, the Idolmaster sensuality cross-promotion stream. Probably gonna see a P Bandai Figma for Deep Arms Woman. Deep Arms Woman. Arms Woman. Are you talking like the Deep Striker? Oh no, the CQ Deep Arms. I actually don't know who the CQ Deep Arms pilot is. I'll have to look that up. Nah, MJ, you're fine. Has anyone heard of the Barbatos Lupus release day? Yeah, I did. That kind of surprised me because of all the kits to delay. Like, that one's basically done, right? Like, they did the metallic version already. So, like, of all the kits to delay, that seems like the easiest one for them to make. That and the straight recolor of the Command Quant. Pilot of the CQ Deep Arms, yeah. My thoughts on the Luna Mario Hawk model kit is that I pre-ordered it the moment it went live on HOJ, and I'll be shipping mine from my private warehouse the moment it comes in stock. And we are going to be building it on stream the moment it arrives at my house, because I've never been more hyped for a kit. Let's see. CQ Deep Arms. I mean, isn't the CQ Deep Arms pilot... That looks like... This looks like the guy that pilots the Hyperion Gundam. Is this not... You know, Houndflows. Okay, no, this is a different... See, I'd seen pictures of this character before, but I don't really know this character that well, and I don't know Cross Astray very well, so I always assumed this was the Hyperion pilot. Yeah, that would be a real deep cut for them to make any sort of figure or model of. Find it funny when the metallic version comes out first before the non-metallic. Yeah, that was a really weird choice. It almost makes me wonder if they weren't actually intending on doing a standard retail release and they only did it after the metallic one sold really well or something like that. Isn't this the month for Luna Mari's release? Yeah, she's coming out on the 20th. She's coming out on the 20th, and I'm counting down the days to it. So, I got the stickers on. So she goes... that. Riho is the most popular background character of all time, extremely known and beloved for doing and saying nothing on screen. Does she actually appear in the anime? The problem is, a lot of the seed characters, they look so kind of samey that you could tell me that and I'd probably believe you. Oh, hang on. What's going on with YouTube? Nope, it says excellent connection. Okay. I don't know what's up with that. She's one of those characters that were almost voiced by someone famous like the other two guys who did in Seed. But the person they wanted to voice her turned her down and she survived. Okay, so she's like a bit of a meme. I get it. There's that yellow vent. There it is. My whole intro to the HG Barbatos Lupus review is about how I snagged my metallic one on pre-order and got hit with the announcement right after. Yeah, they really did the people that ordered the metallic one pretty dirty with that. Why does my avatar keep freezing? It's right here. The window's open. It's literally right here. And it just does not work. No, it's not the Wi-Fi dying. It's just communication error between YouTube and OBS. Oh wait, no, we do have some drop frames now. Cool. Hang on. Let me fix this. Let me fix this real quick. There's something that I forgot to check before I started the stream. Let's try this now. Okay, that's a little better. I need you open. I don't need... I don't think you're doing anything, but I'll close you just in case. Team shouldn't be downloading anything. Okay. So I killed some stuff in the background that could have been... I killed some stuff in the background that could have been eating up bandwidth, so hopefully it's going to be okay now. Although it's also 5:30 on a Friday night, so it could just be people coming home and trying to log on to their computers. And eating up bandwidth. He's Zach's biggest fan, always seen with her. Okay. Let me go back to her page then. Oh wow, she is in the anime. Okay. I guess I just never noticed her. Wait, she was in Seed Freedom! Holy crap, I didn't even notice. There she is. She's right there with the others. I guess I just thought she was like some random filler character in the background. So, need to go to the next page of the main. Whoop, hang on. Doing the weird high-grade manual thing where it doesn't actually open like a book. There we go. There we go. You know, doing nothing is exactly why we left her. You know, even if she literally says and does nothing, that honestly puts her in the top half of my favorite Gundam Seed characters, just because she doesn't do anything to turn me off of her. Just hitting that bare minimum line actually pushes her up on the list quite a ways. So, you know, I feel like I could be converted into becoming a fan. I think I could. He fights low in the Astray OV. Okay, I think I'm starting to remember now. It's coming back to me. She's the cult following character of Seed who's in everything but never does anything, which is enough. There isn't really a UC character to compare the two. Yeah, there is. There's Milpost Glint. Everyone loves Milpost Glint. Remember Milpost Glint? He was everywhere. Oh yeah, MSVs, the Seed MSV is really cool. The side story stuff is cool. It's just the anything that directly involves Kira in the actual anime itself is where Seed kind of starts to lose me. So there's our pair of legs. Yeah, not Ankles are fine so far, but like, they're feeling kind of 30-minute missions-y. Not a big fan of that. Let's build a waist. Hopefully this won't be a waist. Who are we just... Oh, CJ, we were just talking about a character in Seed Freedom who's a background character who does nothing, but she has a massive cult following because people love her for doing nothing. She just appears. She just exists. What else do I need? A2 and C. I'm surprised we ran out of the D2 runner before the D1. Alright, a little bit of red to like break up the white and gray. She's the perfect P. Bandai character. E9. 8, 9. There it is. And there's a... I guess I was going to say there's a lot of parts for the backpack, but I guess we still have to build the cannon, we still have to build the shield bits. So I guess there is still quite a lot to get through here. Her deep arm, yeah, the deep arms is pretty cool. Her CQ is retail. Remember when we got retail MSV designs? Yep. We still get them for Iron-Blooded Orphans for some reason. Or at least we did a couple years ago. That was a surprise. Just getting a random Valkyria frame and a random Schwalbe Grays variant. Right there at retail. Why not? You're gonna still love the variable rod rifle. The thrusters are all double C-clips and the stickers are tedious. Nice. I've never been super bothered by stickers as long as they're not wraparound, but I'm not big on C-clip construction. I feel like using it for very small parts like the flaps on the rifle, though, are one of the better places to use it. Because really where they start to be a problem is when you have them on the serious load-bearing joints. Low-key want that kit, but its age kind of stops me. I mean, the CQ Deep Arms is alright. Like, yeah, it's an older Seed kit, but it's okay. If you like the design, I think it's worth it. Just don't expect too much from it. Real shame Bandai keeps making kits that have like no variants in Seed. I mean, I feel like that was a big part of Seed Freedom, was making variants for some of the lead Gundams that don't have variants, so that they have more material for them in the future. Never been bothered by age. I feel like sculpt matters most to me. Yeah, but sculpt goes down with age when it comes to those Seed kits. Like the grunt suits somehow managed to come out better, but a lot of the Gundams from the HD Seed line just do not look good. Especially when you compare their proportions to a more modern kit. Even if they look okay on their own, they just don't fit in well with the newer ones. Again, my freaking avatar just keeps locking up. Okay, what even is this? What is this thing that I keep highlighting and clicking on? Oh, right. I forgot I had that. Okay, that explains where that went. I was like, why is there this like blue dotted outline in my OBS? I forgot I still had her attached to the stream. C8. Cyclase is one of the major antagonists in the story. I think his grace being retail is justified. I mean, there's a lot of kits that would be justified at retail, but they still don't get released at retail anyways. You know, Death Scythe Hell, Ultron TV. How else am I supposed to rep my favorite hero character, Jizzle Jizzin? Yeah. Although, actually, no, Jizzle Jizzin's Valkyria frame still ended up being P. Bandai. He was the Ultalinde pilot, the white and green one. Was it white and green? I think it was white and green. It had like a sand green color as the secondary. With the big bow and arrow. The only kid from the HD Seed line that I think fits in with contemporaries is Aegis. No, I think the Aegis's proportions don't really... It doesn't... I don't think it really looks good by my personal standards. It's kind of weird proportions. The head looks odd. Like, and those aren't even like assessments of the Aegis as a design. I mean, just as a model, it doesn't feel like a very good representation of the Aegis. Din fans in shambles because the only modern part we have is the shotgun from the Ale Striker set. Yeah, Din never. Din never. Bandai said fuck the Din in particular. He is never getting anything. Oh, there's a little clear piece for that. Then he put a tiny little sticker under it. Oh, hey, Bosch. Welcome to the stream. Sigma is retail, but Ultalinde is P. Yep. Yep. Flip of a coin. Flip of a coin to decide who is and isn't retail. Jizzle Jizzin screwed once again. Still, I won't ever forgive them if they take away the full transformation for an update. Oh, there's no way they'd take away the transformation for a modern HD CE. No chance. If I ever animate the Seed Rising, Freedom, and Immortal Justice in jet modes, it would be just to enter gravity and that's it, no more. Yeah, I mean, that seemed to be kind of the purpose of them in the movie, at least. Or no, they did use them for long distance. Wait, hang on. I can't remember. Did they just use them for re-entry, or did they use them for long distance travel in atmosphere too? Because I seem to remember them only using them in the atmospheric entry scene. Bandai says no jizzin' for Canada. Shiho would make a good guest host. Who the hell is Shiho? Is this someone we've been talking about that I've forgotten the name of? Is it literally the Sigyu girl we've been talking about for like the last hour that I've just forgotten the name of? They use them for re-entry and long-distance transport, you just don't see much of them doing so. Okay. That's what I thought. Din only got that no-grade. Yep. He's in the no-grade gang with the weird little aquatic suit that looks like a Zagok but isn't a Zagok, and the Goon? I think it was called the Goon. Like G-O-H-N or G-O-O-H-N. And then there's the... Actually, wait. Did the Zoot even get a no-grade? The tank-looking guy, did he even get a no-grade, or does that just have straight-up nothing? There might actually just be literally nothing when it comes to Zoot models. She is the CQ girl, okay. Okay, let's pop this together. That waist connection feels a little odd. It's weird because she's got like the IBO waist where it's kind of skinny. But then it also has a twist right in the middle. And it works, it's fine, it just feels a little strange to me. I'm not used to kits having this unrestricted of a waist, but boy is that ever a benefit. Look at that. Look at how much movement she gets with how unrestricted that waist is. To be honest, I feel like it could have been more. I feel like they could have gotten more out of the abdominal joints, given how much nothing there is around here. Still, though, that is pretty good. Let's see those hips. Let me see what you can do with those hips. Show me your split. That is a perfectly fine split. I didn't separate the front guards, but I can come back and do that later. Modest front. Perfectly fine double bend. She's got just a little bit of thigh swivel. It's not quite as bad as the G self, but it's not optimal for sure. And then you've got individually rotating front and backs of the feet, which is a little strange. The front is on like a ball joint, and then the back is on a swivel. It's kind of an odd construction, but she does get a little bit of front bend and a whole lot of down bend. And then you can also, you can flip this down and do like kind of a, I guess like a booster mode sort of thing. You could also just leave it flat if you want and give her big old ankle spurs. But yeah, I feel like this joint here is going to be the weak point when it comes to this kid over time. So that's that. She seems okay. Yeah, Zoot got nothing. Okay, that's what I thought. If the Goon meme was Japanese, not American, it would have gotten an HGCE. Yeah, probably. Why are all the Wood from Mercury suits so thick? That's just how the guy designs them. So these, the Lafrith, the Calibarn, and the Ariel were done by Juntheed, I think his name is, and he was actually the mecha designer for some of the Metal Gear Solid games. So he designed like the Metal Gear Ray, and I think some of the other Metal Gears from around that era, like right around Metal Gear Solid 3 and 4. I think maybe Rising as well. I don't remember which specific games he worked on, but he is, as far as I could tell, that was the only really thing that he worked on prior to Gundam was some of those Metal Gear games, and this was his first foray into like more traditional humanoid mecha. So I guess Junthi just likes him thick. Let's make the part of the MS that's going to be under the most stress rail thin. Yeah, exactly. Oh, JNT head. Okay, I would have never gotten that from Junthi. I need to never let that man in the kitchen again. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan. I think what helps with the Calibarn is that one of the things that I didn't like about the Ariel was that it was a little, color-wise, it was a little too busy. You had, it had a little bit of that Bayformers look where there were like random little bits and pieces kind of jumbled around everywhere and little spiky clumps of random metal shuffled around in different ways. And I think just making the whole thing blank white like the Calibarn is here really helped a lot. It gives it a much more cohesive look. I really would like to see a 1/100 Calibarn. That'd be really nice. I don't necessarily. I would kind of like to see what JNT Head does in the future, but I will say that his designs from Wood for Mercury are probably not some of my favorites. I feel like the Ariel, the Calibarn has grown on me a lot. The Ariel has grown on me a little bit, but as a whole, they're definitely not anywhere as close to any of my favorite lead Gundams. And also, it gives freaks like Bosch more ammunition to do unspeakable things to machines. We were literally just talking about why she's so dummy thick. Anyways, let me grab us a co-host. Let me see if I can get a good picture of her. Biho Ahinfuth. What do we got for this lady here? That one, that's kind of okay. We'll use that one. Definitely can't use that one. I think I might want to stick to official artwork for this one. Oh, this one's okay. This one's by Kamishima Kanon. Let me see if I can do this. Add image source. Okay. And from downloads. There we go. You can just kind of... actually, you know what? I'm gonna... I think I can do this like this. Yeah, here we go. There she is. She can kind of hang out over here. I'm gonna put her like that, and then I'm gonna put her underneath the overlay. There we go. There we go. Perfect. And now my avatar is not working. And there we go. There we go. There's our co-host for the night, the woman whose name I already forgot. After reading Sentinel, I'm down bad for SS Gundam. Why'd they make a Gundam Moe? Dude, it's just an AI. Don't fall for the AI, man. It's not worth it. I wonder if the 30-minute fantasy line will get a witch kit. I would not be surprised. I'm probably going to get the SDCS Calibarn at some point. I think it looks like a pretty good kit, and I do always like me some cross silhouettes, but I'm not getting it right away. Gonna grab our guest for a second and just kind of shrink her down a little bit. Go. It can be like right there. There. Okay, so now we start building some weapons. Backpack. I make my first cross silhouette. I love the Calibarn that much. Dude, you should try it. The cross silhouette kits are really, really good. If you have not built a cross silhouette, you are missing out. Especially if you pick up some of the ones that are the SD Gundam exclusive designs, like the Phoenix Gundam or the Tornado Gundam. Those are really cool kits, and those are Gundams you're not getting any other way. I wish they'd do more of those. I guess they did the Sisquid, that was pretty cool as well. But like, maybe do like the, I don't know, the Gundam Belphegor, maybe the I'll need to refresh my memory on the G Generation exclusive designs, but there's a few of them that look really great. Might as well cut these two parts off while I'm at it. Yeah, I think these are part of the backpack. Just so we can finish out this runner. My issue with them is the price, HD price for an SD. Yeah, but they're good. They're really good quality SDs, though. Kind of find it interesting they kept BB Senshi name going after they stopped having weapons that shot BBs. Yeah, that is where the name came from. They just kept it around for the branding, I guess. Okay, now we're using this for these. Perhaps a Halfus. I could see them doing a Halfus, yeah. Yeah, Shiho was in Freedom. Very, very briefly, and blink and you'll miss it. But she was there. And my eyes just kind of glazed over her. But she was definitely present. I'm sure the Shiho fandom was very excited to see her in that movie. I'd rather get a cheap SD with a bunch of stickers than an expensive one with perfect color separation, but that's entirely just you. Yeah, I feel like that is kind of a you thing, because most people that I've talked to about this much prefer the better quality kits. Because I don't buy SD Gundams because they're cheap. I buy SD Gundams because I like SD Gundams, and I'm totally fine with paying more to get a better SD Gundam. Maybe essentially like 10% of the line actually shoots BBs. Yeah, it was really a short-lived gimmick. I'm hoping they add the SDCS Kunoichi Kai and Siskui to GB4's DLC. That would be cool. I don't know how deep they're going to go with the SDs, but it would be neat to see them add some more. Miho got her first line in Freedom, a gasp. I was hollering in my seat. I wonder who voiced her for that gasp. Wait, did they get the actual original celebrity to voice her for the gasp? That would have been fucking legendary. They finally get her on for the movie and her only line is just a gasp. That would have been a legendary move. They got her another voice for the game she's in. Okay. Okay. Legendary moment averted. Should have gotten the voice of Sailor Moon to do the gasp. This goes with events. Wait, is that it? Are you... No, I assembled that wrong, right? I had to have. Did they really add a joint to this bottom flap? For that? Is that really all there is? That's it. There's a whole hinge on this little bottom piece, and that's all it can do. It's just that. I must have missed something there. The hinges to open up for insertion of the bits. It closes back up again afterwards. Well... Okay, I see. I guess that makes sense. Or they started doing SD Figma kits? You mean like Nendoroids? Oh wait, if you mean like chibi, like model kits of like chibi figures of human characters, they actually did that. Oh man, what was the line called? It was Bandai. They did like 2 whole kits for Fate Grand Order. One was MASH, and I have that one. And I think they did Nero, and then like 1 other kit. It was a really, really short-lived line. What was it called? It was like Figurized Petite or something. No, it might have not even had the Figurized branding, but they did these little chibi models of the fake Grand Order characters. Petitrits, that's what they were called. I have the MASH from that line. So they kind of have done chibi versions of Figurizes. And they must have done extremely poorly because they only ever made a couple of them. It was a full line. Full line for Fate. Okay. I guess I just missed most of them because I only really remember seeing the MASH and Nero ones. I love the designs of the 80s SD characters like Cat Camille. It's a shame they're so obscure they have 0 march. I'm sure some insane Japanese dedicated individual has made like a resin conversion kit or something. Oh, this already feels loose on one side. I see we've reverted back to the Gundam 00 days of just snapping backpack accessories onto the backpack with just bare-ass plastic joints. Okay. Before there was Petite for a Rise, which had 3 Love Live sets, 2 girls and... Oh wait, I very vaguely... Now that, as soon as you mentioned Girls in Panzer, I very, very vaguely remember those kits. I don't remember them super well, but I think I saw those once before. There are people who do fan art of Shin wearing a dress from that one Seed Destiny. Dude, there's so many fan arts of the Seed characters wearing dresses. I found this one when I was looking for Luna Maria art that was basically like the whole ass cast of Gundam Seed Destiny all wearing maid outfits. And it wasn't even like some like quick little one-off gag sketch. It was like it was in like that really like kind of flowery shonen art style that you see for a lot of shoujo manga. Someone put hours and hours of dedication into making that piece. Bandai tried making SD character kits twice and failed twice. Yeah, I can't see them trying that again. I'm not a Girls in Panzer viewer. I'm not quite enough of a tank nerd to appreciate that show fully. There's the backpack. Okay. Can she stand? She stands totally fine. Okay. Will she stand once her ankles inevitably give out? Who knows? Computer, generate Gundam Seed characters and dress. I mean, I could do that if I wanted to. But it would probably look just slightly cursed. At least slightly more cursed than usual. Oh, it was a legit thing made for a gag anime. I mean, I could also somehow I'm not even surprised by hearing that. The Seed Kara. Oh wait, I think I remember the Seed Kara theater shorts. I remember the chibi versions of the characters. Yeah. I can't remember if I've seen like the actual episodes, but I remember seeing screenshots from something like that. Okay, so now they want me to build the stand. Or just snap apart the stand. I'm not even gonna bother denubbing this, why would you? It's just a... There. We need an any percent speedrun category for quickest assembly of the standard pack-in stand. Unfortunately, I made the fatal mistake of assembling it backwards, which is going to result in a devastating time loss because I can't get the piece back out. There we go. There. Someone can go ahead and time that. And I'm going to just declare that it's the world record because no one else has ever bothered to formally compete in this speedrunning category, so I'm just going to take my W and bask in my glory until someone inevitably one-ups me on that. Backwards percent new world record. See, it is this way because it was the first Gundam series in an era where the internet was a thing people had access to, yeah. The internet's a powerful drug. Okay, now let's do some weapons. So, big gun. Let's make big gun. Oh, I'm 100% sure I could find some JP message boards from when the show was airing. I just might bust out the Quiet Zero action base to combat you 2S I have there right now. It just needs building after my bro returns my tools. I mean, I was doing it toolless. I feel like that's got to be part of the speedrun. It's the toolless percent assembly of the 4-piece action base. My notes don't arrive until after August, though, which is a bit of a shame. I thought that was already out. Oh wait, that's right. You're in the UK. You have to import your P Bandai items. Find some telegraph messages from when Stardust Memory was airing. Yeah, find that written correspondence from the ancient years of 1991. I mean, those were practically the Stone Ages. Although, given the tendency of anime fans to be online weirdos, there probably were, like, super proto-early online forums in 1991 that were talking about Stardust Memory. Exchanging their 1 kilobyte memes with each other. Waiting 6 hours for them to download. Out in Japan, and you bought it with your US friend acting as proxy receiver. Okay, I see. Here's a fax about the 8th MS team. Hey, by 1996, we had full color faxes. It was practically the future. Find some written fan letters about 0079 from the 1970s. The flag signaling when the Titan showed up at the end. It was a wild time. Not gonna lie, my Gunpla collection of stop-motion puppets looks like a list of stuff for the 2 movies, Dome and Seed Freedom, with a few UCMSV. I'm too biased towards movies now. I mean, the movies got some good kits. Especially Seed Freedom. I might just paint the shell units of the nodes in white after everything's said and done. I have 2. I can show off one with red, one with blue, and then end with white. Nice. Pretty chunky nubs on this gun. I'm leaving some pretty aggressive nub marks on this, but I don't really care. Here's an Edo period historical painting of Camille's mom dying. That would be like a really good Doctor Who episode. Like they go back to Edo period, because that's like, isn't that like, that's like 50% of Doctor Who episodes is they go to feudal Japan and they're like walking around. He's like walking around with his companion, like enjoying the scenery. They're like talking about some historical thing, and he just like walks by a painting and sees a fucking Gundam painted on the side of it, and you just start to hear the Doctor Who theme playing. You can't tell me that's not the opening scene to like half of Doctor Who. Also, shout out to that one little flip out handle on the GN Sword 2s for the Master Raid 00 Riser that's absolutely required to connect them together, that I can never ever use because I accidentally cut the peg off while I was building it. Never again. I will never be able to display my Master Grade 00 Riser with the doubled up swords. Only with the separate swords. Is that the right end? Hang on. Yeah. The opening scene to an episode of Doctor Who, or the final scene of Twilight Zone. We aren't nerds, we don't... Hey, Doctor Who may not be worth watching now, but there's like 15 years of really, really good old Doctor Who episodes. 05 to like the end-ish of the Capaldi era was some real good shit. Well, yeah, I mean, no one watches Doctor Who after it went downhill. I hope. I mean, actually, no, I think numerically it has, like, worse ratings now than it ever did in the past, so... If their goal was to get people to stop watching, it sure did work. Okay, what do I need? Oh boy, wraparound sticker alert. Let's go. Let's go. Things are about to get a whole lot worse. Where does this even go? What goes here? That is not going to be staying on. It looks good for now, though. It's something. Okay, see, MJ, I didn't think that was the sticker you were talking about. I thought you were talking about stickers, like, on the actual, like, the bristles of the broom, not on the handle. Oh, it extends. It's got pistoning action for pile driver attacks, I guess. Oh god, there's another... Okay, never mind. I think I'm seeing what you were talking about, MJ. I realize now there's another wraparound sticker. Yeah, you're on it. It's a broom because she's a witch. Her gun is a broom because she's a witch. That's the visual bit. The pun, the gag. Is that the witch has a broom for her final bit. Halloween Town ass bubbles. I actually, at some point in the future, if I ever build another Calibarn, I want to do like a magical girl version where it just like really leans into the whole thing with like a little witch hat and everything. There's a lot of potential for something like that in there. It makes me wonder why those made those energy bits in the rifle in green instead of cyan. Because I don't think the people that were in charge of any of the glowy bits, any of the beams, any of the effect parts actually watched the anime. They get them so consistently wrong that they had to have just not been paying attention. 23 or 24. I'm gonna use 24 because I want it to be active. The barrel has sticker options for active and inactive glow. Yeah, I just noticed that. I'm gonna go active for all the stickers. There's some BGM we haven't heard in a while. Nice classic 2S throwback. And it's completely misaligned. That's okay. I don't really care enough to fix it. I plan to custom paint the color-coded parts of the backpack as I may be more economical making it a second set of backpacks by stealing the retail ones, not from Premium Bandai eBay. Consistently wrong colors like the Frith Demi Barding. Yeah, it's colors were really whack for this. I don't know what was going on there. Started painting on my models pretty much because of how much I hate stickers. Yeah, like, stickers can get bad, and then stickers can sometimes be okay, but these aren't bad yet, but they're getting close. They're getting a little close. Okay, let's build 4 identical parts. Let's go. Alright. Man, I want to build someday just a completely asymmetrical mobile suit. I want to build a kit where I never see that little 2x symbol anywhere in the manual, and every part of the kit is completely non-mirrored. It's got like one arm that's like this giant-ass cannon and the other one that's totally normal, but they're not even sharing the same biceps, just like 2 completely different arms. I want the legs to be asymmetrical. I want the backpack asymmetrical. I don't want to have to build the same thing over and over again. I just want a totally asymmetrical mobile suit, just for that purely engaging build experience. And then we need also all of these little clips as well. And I also need to denub all these little clips. Cool. Started painting all my models because I hate all the stickers, and then it got out of hand. Yeah, once you start painting one, you look at the others, and you're like, man, now I gotta paint all of these so they all look the same. They all look like they belong together, and now you gotta paint this one, even though this one was mostly fine, and you gotta paint this other one now, and hey, you're painting these three, so you might as well paint the fourth one. And now, before you know it, you're up to your eyeballs in half-assembled work-in-progress kits. No Name is the closest I can think of. Yeah, that was, kind of asymmetrical, I guess. Oh, and then we got that middle piece. Oh, and I need the A12s as well. Hard to do the legs. Yeah, but you could do even if the legs are like the same. I guess you could have like them like be visually different even if they're structurally the same from like a proportional standpoint. Paint mixing is a literal nightmare. I treat it like chemistry. See, I can mix a color just fine. The problem is if I run out of that color and I need more of that color, because I am never mixing that exact same color the same way ever again. I will never be able to even get close to it. It's not going to happen. Oh, you're colorblind, so you can't do it by eye. You have to find the right mix until your girlfriend says the right color, then copy that ratio. There are phone apps you can get where you can point the camera at something and it will give you like an identifiable hex code for it. So if you don't have other people at your disposal, you can use that to match colors as well. Meanwhile, my autistic attention to detail frustrates me to no end as I can see the most minute of tone differences and feel annoyed. Yeah, the worst part is that I could let small tone differences slide if it wasn't for the fact that Real Grade established that small tone differences are in fact a valid thing, because now I'm like, okay, well now I have to get it perfect. If there were no real grades, I could go, that's close enough to the right shade of gray. But I'm like, now I'm like, man, it's gonna be really obvious there's two different shades there, and they're not symmetrical because I ran out of paint before I finished painting the other one. So now it's gonna look weird, and I gotta get it exactly right. It's why I try to use existing paint colors whenever possible. I'm surprised there's not some Crossbone manga MS that's completely asymmetrical. Yeah, if that hypothetical MS would appear from anywhere, it would definitely be Crossbone. I have a lot of bottles of mixed paint that was one-time use, but I just mixed a shit ton of it. Yeah, you gotta reuse colors more. You gotta do like Hasbro did with Transformers in the late 2000s, and you take the same shade of light blue and use it on every fucking figure you make for the next 15 years. Good old Allspark blue. It was more like 10 years, but still. Take the backpack of the new, the Seltsam arms, any torso, the waist to the age 1, and then one each to the age 1 wear legs. Yeah, I guess that would get pretty close. What would we do for the head though? I guess the head could be anything. Apologies if I'm not talking too much. I'm kind of locked in to make sure I get all the nubs off of these tiny repetitive pieces. There's a reason I love the Titans so much. I got so much mileage out of that mix. Yep, just mix up 5 pounds of Titans blue and just make nothing but Titans mobile suits for a year. Oh yeah, I forgot they did colors specifically for Witch from Mercury. There's like that little mini line of the Mr. Color Gundam colors that they did specifically for Witch from Mercury with the Lefrith pink and I think they did like Ariel blue and a couple frame colors, I think. I don't remember specifically which colors, but I just remember coming across them on New Type once. Called Allspark Blue because it's on all things. Yeah, pretty much. They were still using that for the Power Core combiner plugs in 2010. I think they even managed to slip it in later after that. Gundam marker metallic colors actually go hard. They've improved a lot of some of the iffier Gundam markers from the older line, like the white and the metallics. They've actually improved quite a bit. They've done like updated versions of them. A white with better coverage, a silver that's more vibrant. Maybe it was gold. I don't remember. I can't remember. I just know they did one of the metallic colors in like an upgraded, improved version. Gundam marker EX, I believe. Gundam marker page 2, UV delicate, it just disintegrates over time. Yeah, I think their assumption is that if you're the type of person that's painting your kids with Gundam markers, you probably don't care if they hold up over time, so they don't bother to use a super good quality paint with them. How do you save paint mixes? I mean, you pretty much just stick them in a jar and you seal up the lid. Just screw it on tight. Just like any other airtight paint jar. Yeah, exactly. You do it in a glass jar. Earth pink worked perfectly for the Estivallis. Oh yeah, it probably would. That actually would be a good color. That would be a good reuse of that color. Those are very similar shades of pink. I have dropper bottle. Oh, you have the dropper bottles now, so you save your mixes in those. Okay, cool. I've mostly seen people use like the little mini glass jars. I think you can get like a just crap ton of those in bulk on eBay. Probably cheaper than getting like the official Mr. Hobby ones or whatever. Okay, let's see how these are supposed to... Oh god, I just noticed the stickers. Jesus Christ. Okay, so... See these 4 pieces that I'm pulling out right now? See how between... See how there's like these radiator fin... Focus, man. Fucking focus. There you go. See how there's like these radiator fins? And there's these gaps between the fins? And how there's like a break between them, so there's like 1, 2, 3, 4 of those little gaps. I mean, let me get the knife to point out. There's like the 1, 2, 3, 4 gaps in here. Every single one of those on all 4 parts gets one of these stickers. God damn it, man. We're gonna be here for a while. Yeah, MJ, you told me. You were right. MJ was 100% right. I should have listened. Wet palette paper gets moldy if you leave it out for too long. Good question. Let me check mine. It's probably an absolute abomination because I forgot I had this thing like 6 months ago. Alright. Let me just dust this off. Let's see how horrible the wet palette looks. Oh. Okay, I guess I did clean it. Never mind. Never mind. No gore in this stream. I forgot that I threw the paper away. So... Okay, let's put on 40 different stickers. Let's go. That's how we end this stream, not with doing something fun or exciting or engaging, but by putting the same stickers on 12 times or 16 times in a row. Whoop-dee freaking do. Only there was something else we could do while we're doing this. Can't even get them to stick down because they're so far in the... There's a level of patience that I have for this style of sticker that is present when I'm doing one of them, or 2 of them. I am willing to put in that extra bit of time and patience that's required to get them perfect. That amount of patience I do not have 16 times over. So these stickers are going to look like ass and I will not care. I just want to get these done. Come on. Come on, get out of there. These are the SFI Sentinel fingers of this build. This could have and should have just been a couple green pieces underneath another gray part. They would have lost the color separation of the middle fin, but I do not care. It would have still been better than putting all these stickers on. I only go through the effort of bottling whatnot for lacquer paints and only for the... If to start, I want to mix paint, either make a whole bottles batch for the entire paint bottle or the FL. My AK Interactive Metallic Green paint's a real soldier. Yeah, I'm thinking... I was trying to think of ways I could have maybe used paint for this and make it less tedious, but... I guess you could, like, spray the whole thing green and then paint the gray back on the ridges. Kind of do, like, a reverse wash situation. I don't know. I don't know. This just... It's the repetition, man. If this was, like, 2 stickers, I'd be like, sure, let's do this. I'll get out a toothpick and I'll put these on as carefully as possible before we move on to the rest of the build. But 16 stickers, man. 16 stickers. I place stickers on to display out-of-box results and let them stay. If not, I peel them off and paint myself. Yeah, that sounds like a good system to use, MJ. Okay, there is one piece down. Only 3 more left to go. Let me grab a drink of water. Is my avatar? No. Okay, it is working now. Good. Okay, hang on. I think I've got an idea. Never mind. I don't think I'll be able to do that. We're just gonna brute force our way through this. One sticker at a time. Alright, see ya, Bosch. Wait. Oh, fuck. Oh, damn it. There were 2 kinds of sticker. This and this are not the same sticker. The 2 almost identical stripes are 2 different kinds of stripes because one's tapered and one's not. And you're supposed to put the tapered ones in the... Fucking hell. Sure, why not? Why the fuck not? Okay. So one of these is going to have completely wrong stickers because they're all going to be weird and tapered. The other ones are going to have wide stickers crushed into them because I didn't... Yeah, I don't have enough wide stickers to do the backs of them now. Okay, cool. Cool, why not? Let's just push on ahead anyways. Let's go. Let's go. I'm about to go commit some actual war crimes at this point. That is crooked AF. I do not care. Going on regardless. Look, I saw a bunch of stickers, my eyes glazed over, I saw a giant wall of green on the sticker sheet, and I thought, oh, this is just 16 copies of the same sticker. I don't need to pay attention to which number they are. Man, Kotobukiya does pre-painted parts for stuff like this. Maybe Bandai could learn a thing or two. Oh, there's the second one. We're getting there. That's the thing, ID Monster. There is no messed up one. Because I used a type of sticker that I had a limited number of all on one of them, I now will have messed up all of them. Because they're all going to be wrong. Instead of using 2 types of sticker type A and 2 types of sticker type B, I used all 4 sticker type Bs on that one, so I don't have enough left for the other pieces. Never open the thrusters and use it as a mace. Maybe. Maybe. They're already starting to peel up on me. Who has made it this far without saying something brain-fryingly dumb or weird, and this is the cost? Yep. This is what I get for not bringing up feet on stream. Maybe that's it. Maybe I'm not even into feet, but maybe it's like some sort of like weird arcane sacrifice that I have to make to the gods of Gunpla in order to get a good build, is I have to pretend like I like feet for a stream. That's the Faustian bargain that I have to make. I need to praise the feet at the beginning of every stream so that we get a successful build. Hey, there's the third one. There are 13 people left watching this stream because everyone else has gotten tired of watching me put the same 16 stickers on these pieces. Shout out to you guys for sticking around through this, you the real ones. My hands are literally starting to shake now. I can actually feel my sanity slipping away from this. Swear to God, if I turn the page and I see another set of stickers, I'm gonna fucking lose it. Yeah, I only pretend to like feet, Dipper. What, you thought I actually like feet? Of course I don't. Feet are weird. I was genuinely stopping there to wait and see if, like, the part breaks in half when I say that. I mean, yeah, I totally like feet. Feet are great. I love feet. That's, yeah, please let this build go well. I love feet. The sticker went on well. Maybe it actually does work. Okay. One more sticker. I just realized also that I have my noise gate set up so aggressively you can't hear my increasingly ragged breathing as I go through these stickers. My sanity is slipping away as we speak, but we only have one left. We only have one left. We're almost done, guys. We're almost free. While Channel 2S is having a hobby crisis, we're just talking about hobby stuff and how we're going to expand our own skills. I mean, you gotta do something. Anything beats watching me put the same 16 almost identical stickers, but not actually identical stickers, because that would be too easy, onto these parts over and over until it's done. Finally, we can do the actual, after, what was that, like half an hour of putting on stickers, we can actually start building Gunpla again. So, this piece faces this way, this hole faces this way. These pieces connect together. Not like that, apparently. They go together like this. Like this. And then this clip goes on like that. And this piece goes on like that. Okay, there we go. We're actually having fun again now. Things are actually going okay. I think it's all going to be okay. We made our offering to the gods of feet, and I think we're in the clear now. I might need y'all to vote on like a little dancing anime girl gif or something that I can put in the corner when I'm doing these really tedious parts of the builds to keep people engaged. Something that like won't get me banned off YouTube, but it's just engaging enough to like keep the people actually watching. See ya, CJ. Genuinely can't tell if there's supposed to be a front or a back to this. I don't think there is. I'm gonna pretend like there isn't, even if there is. And I'm just gonna attach the pedals. There we go. There we go. There. There! Just like that. And now I can hook them around like this. There we go. They just double hinge in. They double hinge. And there you go. There you go. Now they go on this side. Okay. It's strange, but well, why'd they have me close them up beforehand if I need it open to get it on? There we go. Okay. Now I can close these up. Okay. Wait, what the hell? How does this... Oh, it needs an armature to attach. Okay, I gotta build the armature real quick. Hang on. Little ball joint. Okay. Yeah, I'm not done because I had to... Speedy, I'm not done because I had to put 16 almost but not actually identical stickers on the pieces for the back of the cannon, and it very nearly drove me to tears. Anyways. We're almost done with the build now. We just gotta build the attachment arm to get the cannon. And wait, no, we're not actually done because we also need to build the shield bits. So we might be here for a little while. Those are part of the shield. And the last parts off the B runner are the last two pieces of this armature. I have some banner knot. Send them over, Dipper. I might pick one out. As long as it's not like literal hentai, I'll give it a shot. Those are shield parts. Wait. Oh wait, I forgot a piece. I forgot the clear piece for the waist. I gotta put that on. Hang on. Where the hell did that go? What is it with clear pieces and just rocketing themselves off into the void? Why is it always the parts that are the hardest to find that just evaporate into the ether? Why can't that happen with like the giant white piece instead of the tiny little transparent one? It's always the clear plastic ones that rocket off into the void. I don't even know how this is supposed to attach. How do you go? Slide in? You look like a slide in. No? Do you push on from the front? Let me go back a couple pages now. It says it just... Oh, I need to cut it out cleanly. I was leaving a little bit of nub on the side for friction, but I think it's designed to accommodate it without the extra width. But if I shave it down too much, it won't have enough friction. That's what I'm concerned about. Yeah, MJ, I dropped the smoky clear plastic piece on my black t-shirt. It literally disappeared. If I wasn't able to feel the weight of it, I would have not even known it was there. Okay, where's our crotch at? Here it is. Alright, let me just shove it in there nice and hard. Put her back together. I think I pushed that in enough. Okay. There. So, this runner is just the spare parts that I'm not going to use. So I just need these two runners. These are the last two that I'm using. We're almost done, guys. We are almost done. I don't know what the next kit I'm going to build is, Speedy. The next stream I'm going to do is actually not going to be a build stream. I'm going to have the schedule up for that in... I want to do the stream either tomorrow or the day after, but there's a certain game that I want to check out that is going to be of interest to the Gundam fans here, so y'all are going to want to return tomorrow for that, or the day after, whenever I decide to do it. You'll see the schedule will go up at some point. I wish I could pre-schedule multiple streams in advance, but unfortunately if I do that, my plugin that I use to pull the stream, the chat for the stream, won't know which stream to pull it from. It'll get confused. Oh hey, Bosch came back for 3 seconds. I mean, I'm almost finished. I just gotta do the shield bits and finish up this arm. How does it feel like to be in the timeline where you didn't buy a high-grade Ale Strike or something with less stickers for the stream? Man, I want to build the high-grade Ale Strike. I want to get a high-grade Ale Strike. I want to get an option set 1 and 2. And I want to build myself a really nice high-grade Perfect Strike. I could really go for a Perfect Strike right now. That won't be my next build, but I would like to do it soon. There we go. Wait, is the hollow side supposed to be up? No, the ball joint goes in. Trust the process. I don't trust the process. Okay, so she doesn't actually hold her broom. It's kind of a cannon attached to the back. Let me see if I can rotate this into like a storage position. What do we got here for joints? So we got this rotation, this rotation, this rotation, this rotation, and this rotate. Wait, did that? No, that doesn't rotate. Never mind. So I could go back. I can rotate it here, and then that kind of gives you weapon storage. It sort of just hangs around on the back. There might be a way to make this a little more sleek against the back. Yeah, MJ, I'm definitely going to go with the high grade for the option sets, because I do not like I'm not really a big fan of the entry grade style construction. I think it's great for an entry level kit. If you just are a brand new beginner and you just want something quick you can build, entry grades are phenomenal. If you're someone who wants a permanent, long-lasting version of that Gundam to sit on your shelf, you gotta go with the high grade. Entry grades just aren't built for longevity. Love my HD Perfect Strike Rouge mashup. Hated my entry grade Perfect Strike. Yeah, high grade's the way to go. 2S tries to get an HD Strike only from the beast. Yeah, that one kit from 11 years ago suddenly sells out because of the option parts, and I can't get one anymore. Crap, that actually might happen. I should probably preemptively grab one before the option sets come out here. Can't imagine the EG will hold the Perfect Strike gear. Well, yeah, that too. Sideways storage position gives me witches. Ooh, that's right. I forgot. I was going to actually try to do that. I wanted to see if I could get her into a position where she actually looked like she was riding on the broom. Like a kind of, how much of an angle can I bend this at? Okay, I can do something like this, and then I can have her leg up, and kind of like a little bit of this, kind of have her sort of side saddle riding on it, kind of grab underneath, grab at the handle with this side, right? So she's got the handle in her hand here. I want to kind of curve her torso together so she's sitting a little more upright on it, maybe. And then the head I'm going to tip downwards, and then I'm going to have her hand on the back there, and then I'm just going to open these up a little bit. And there we go. So yeah, you can totally get a witch sitting on her broom pose. In fact, I'm probably going to have her pose something similar to this, because I really like how this looks. It's a neat pose. Is there I was going to say that it would be nice if there was an action-based port on the actual cannon. I think I'll just have to snake an action base up into her crotch there and plug it in the old-fashioned way. But I really like how this looks as a display pose. Sorry, but I have a quick question. Why is it around 06 to 07 you had to order Gunpla left? Because they weren't really distributing them as much in America around that time. That was after they stopped really doing that. But yeah, this is definitely how I'm going to display the kit. I just need to figure out a way to get the stand around it. Anyways, I'm probably not actually going to display it with a shield. I'm going to build the shield now anyways. I'm also going to quickly snap out these beam blades, because even if I don't display Calibarn with their sabers, having some flat blue sabers is really cool, and I don't have any other effects in those colors, so I definitely want to make sure that I put those in my box of useful stuff to use with other kits, because even if I don't display Calibarn with their sabers, I will probably want to use these sabers for something else. Oh hey, Asian viewer, welcome to the stream. Yeah, the timing for these can be a little funky if you're not in America, but I ended up streaming a little later tonight because a couple parts of this build took longer than I expected. The sabers aren't bent; they're straight sabers. These are the Gundam Age style sabers where they have a flat peg. So if you look at them from the base, they have like a kind of like a flat rectangular look to them instead of being the round type, and they are a perfectly straight blade. So there's not as many kits that use these, but quite a few of the Gundam Age kits do, and I believe a couple of the Gundam 00 kits do as well. Okay, so at this point, because I know that all of the remaining parts are going to be bits, I can just cut everything out of the runners. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut out everything right now, and I'm going to denub everything. I'm going to do it as quickly as I can, just so we can end up this stream. Tomorrow's Saturday, right? Like, it is Friday today, so I can... Hopefully more people will be able to show up for the stream tomorrow. Got something kind of cool planned. Beam Saber is bent. How do you fix it? You can bend it in the other direction a little bit, and that'll kind of straighten it, but it works better if you heat it up a bit first. Not with, like, actual open flame, but if you just heat it up with, like, a blow dryer, or what I'll do is I'll sometimes hold the part next to a space heater and soften it up a bit that way, and then just sort of bend it back into the position you want it to be. And it won't always bend back perfectly, but it'll get pretty close. Apparently I didn't build the back skirt housing for the bits. Yeah, I'm gonna get to that. They have you, in the manual, they have you build that while you're building the bits. Wait. Yeah, I didn't build the back skirt. Okay, hang on. I guess that's what some of these pieces are for then. Okay, so I guess we're gonna be building the back skirt and the bits right now then. Does Wood for Mercury have MSV? I don't think they do yet. They probably will at some point. I think they will eventually, because I know I think it took Iron Blooded Orphans a little while to get its own MSV, but eventually it did. And it really coincided with the mobile game. I don't know what these pieces are, but we're going to cut them off because I'm assuming we need them. This is a new kit, so I'm going to assume there's no leftover parts. My 4th of July was pretty good. I impaled my thumb on a lobster spike and it still hurts, so that's why I'm being a little careful with my right thumb here. IBO got its MSV because of the game, yeah. I'm honestly curious to see what we end up getting for G-Witch tie-in media, because the show did so stupidly well that they've got to be planning something. Rainy, yeah, it was a little bit rainy. That's why we kind of had like half our 4th of July celebration the 3rd, because we knew it was not going to be ideal weather. Is that everything off seat? Yeah, that's everything off seat. Okay. Now, just a couple pieces off the B runner. Or no, this is the A runner. A couple pieces off the A runner. And we're just about good to start denubbing for the final steps of assembly. There we go. You. Let me just check the Discord real quick. Oh, I landed my elbow directly in a pile of nubs. That was not pleasant. Oh, yeah, okay, I think... So, DatCat just shared this with me on Discord. I think I saw these already, but the, How many of you guys saw the Gundam collab Crocs? The officially licensed Gundam Crocs, because apparently that's a thing we have now. I need like some Subway Surfers gameplay that I can put in the side of the stream to keep people's attention while I'm doing stuff like this. A compilation of people's sick Gundam Extreme Versus plays. I came so close to stabbing myself in the mouth with a knife there. Sometimes I forget that I'm holding an incredibly sharp blade in my hand and I'll go to like scratch my face or rub my eye or something and I'm way too close to horrifically injuring myself. I am literally the guy who will poison the food and then lick his fingers afterwards. Lefrith is mass-produced, MSV potential. Yeah, I think that's where a lot of the MSV is probably going to come from the Lefrith. I'd also expect to see quite a few Demi and Delanza variants as well. And the Zowort. I'm kind of surprised we never saw just the regular Demi. Like, there's the Demi Garrison, but that's kind of more specialized. The Demi Trainer is specifically for training. I don't think we ever saw just what a standard type Demi would look like. Like, just the regular default Demi. It would be kind of funny if the standard type Demi somehow had to be an MSV. The knee articulation is fine. The C-clip joints actually feel pretty good. I'm more so worried about the C-clips in the ankles than I am about the ones in the knees. I think the knees are generally going to be okay. I'm starting to cramp up. I've accidentally rubbed my eye after handling chili pepper. Worst pain I've ever felt. Yep, that's something you don't want to do. You want to keep your hands all the way away from your face during that. I think I probably will get the new RGRX78. I don't love the design as an isolated thing, but I think it will look very good with the Xeon, and I think I'll purely get it for that combination display with the real grade Xeon. Oh yeah, the PGU RX-78 is really cool. Starting to feel less fond of the 2.0's PGU-esque looks over time. I think the proportions are a bit bulky. It has a bit of that man in a cosplay kind of look to it, where it's a little too thick, but I think it's good enough that I want to experience it firsthand regardless. But 2 kits, the RX-78 so far, both with quality control issues. The 2.0's core fighter was a nightmare to build. One of the feet kept popping out, and the HD Origin's head never went together properly for some reason. That's weird. I definitely didn't have any issues with the head on my Origin. Thumb's really cramping up. Might need a more ergonomic knife. How could it be if there was a Gundam series that takes place in the ocean and focus on the Navy? Yeah, that'd be kind of neat. Like a really heavy focus on like aquatic combat and like ships fighting each other, but not spaceships, but actual water ships. That'd actually be kind of neat. That'd be kind of cool. PGHFX when man, if some absolute chat of a third-party company wants to tackle that, they would be historic legends. If I get any more RX-78 kits, I might get the re-release of the 40-year-old kit with better. Oh yeah, the revival of the original no-grade kit. That looks like a really fun model. I want to get one of those. That'd be a fun kit to build for the stream. Sometimes I wonder if I should front load the weird tangent talk at the start of the streams before I start building. But I think in order to really have those top quality 2S tangents, you need the small loss of sanity that comes with building a kit for a few hours and putting on the wrong stickers and cutting yourself and accidentally using the wrong colored vents and trying to pull them apart and having to disassemble half the kit because you missed a part. And after all of that mental damage is done, only then can you truly have the most legendary of tangents. All right, so we just denubbed our last part for this kit, which means we're only doing assembly from here on out, which means this will actually be both fun and slightly interesting to watch. Okay, so where you go? I'm putting you there anyways. I see, it's like an inner frame for the shield. Ah, that's cute. They think I'm gonna put stickers on this. I am not. I am not putting another sticker on this model. Never again. I don't care how badly they want me to put these crappy, shitty wraparound stickers around the tips of this shield bit. I am not doing that, ever. Not gonna happen. Goodbye, sticker sheet. I am done with you. These are not the same piece. There we go. Sorry if I'm not paying attention to chat. I'm just a little too locked in on trying to get this finished. I don't want to spend another moment working on this that I don't have to. What else do I need to attach here? Oh, this is where the sticker goes, the last sticker. That's it, guys. The last sticker. Wait, no, where's... Uh-oh. Where's that go? Because these are the ones I'm not putting on. That's a duplicate. Those are duplicates. That's a duplicate. That's a duplicate. Those are duplicates. That's a duplicate. Those are the foil stickers I didn't put on the head because it had color separation. Where does that boy go? I dare to build the gigantic arms Kaplant. No, thank you. I am not building gigantic arms Kaplant on stream. My brain is going to be a literal plant after that. That model will put me in a vegetative state. Even the Japanese are disappointed in the AOZ plant, seeing as how they are on the aftermarket. Silver Phantom PV just dropped. You know, I might actually watch that because I have a VR headset, so I'm one of like the 20 people that could actually enjoy that as it's meant to be seen. I feel like I'm not supposed to have... Oh, yeah, I wasn't supposed to have these in yet. Okay. These are just held in with basic styrene pegs that are guaranteed to get loose and wear out over time. This is a lot like the core armor gimmick for the core Gundam, where it'll work once, and after a couple times it's going to get so loose that you're no longer going to be able to use it effectively. These pieces hold themselves in well enough now, but I can already feel the plastic grinding against itself, and these pegs are definitely going to wear out over time. That's how those come apart. What else do I need here? So these can come apart. All these little bits can go around different parts in the body. I'm probably not gonna do anything with that. I might just put the shield on her so you can see how it looks. It's kind of cool. It's pretty neat. I don't think I'm gonna display her with the shield though. In fact, I actually forgot she came with the shield. I thought the Gundam was just this. I completely forgot that she had the shield as well. I think it really, without the shield, it looks totally fine. I like how it looks with just the broom cannon, so I'm probably not gonna display her with the shield. I do want to build this back part though. Let's finish building the backpack or the back skirt armor. Where did I miss this then? Because I feel like I did the whole. Oh, I didn't do the whole waist. I did miss a section of the waist. Okay, so I got to build these. A couple of these, just 2 pieces, and then 2 pieces. Very simple. So happy the Delta Kai is seeing proper action. The gray color scheme and red eyes. Yeah, the Delta Kai variant they have, and that looks pretty cool. We want the long side inward. Wait, which way do these go? I think you want them this way, right? Yeah, so the vents are hanging out. You want the vents facing outward. Then the back plate. Back plate attaches, connects. And now we have this nice little bit of back skirt armor. And her side skirt. I was wondering why she didn't have side skirts. That makes a lot of sense. So that also means I'm going to have to rework her pose a little bit, because it's not going to work quite as smoothly when she has her back thrusters on. And oh, these side skirts just clip on. These literally just clip into place. They're not little C-clips, they just kind of clip in. Just flapping around there on their little hinges, no polycaps or anything. That is a giant-ass nub that I forgot to remove. Let me just trim that real quick. Nippers aren't enough. Let me do this in the way that's least likely to cause grievous bodily harm. There. Okay. There she is. So here is the lady. I'll get her shield on for this one time. Plugs in here, right? Right? The plug in the back of the arm. How do I attach the shield? It just plugs in the side of the arm. Then why doesn't it go in? Does it only go in the other arm? No? Ah. There's no... Oh my god. I got her forearms backwards. Her shield... Her shield connector's on the inside of the arm because I had the arms backwards. Well, at least that's an easy fix. That's an easy fix. Okay. I guess we weren't out of things to go wrong on this build. I didn't think that there was that big of a difference between the left and right side of the arms. That plugged in all the way? It looks like it. That looks plugged in all the way. It's hard to tell, though, because the biceps are a little loose. And there we go. So there's the Calibarn. Let me... Oh, wow, my outro music started playing. Perfect. That's perfect timing. Gonna time that better myself. We are getting close to the end here. Let me just shove this on. Shove it on like that. And then there. There. So that's the Calibarn. Feels pretty nice. I don't love the C-clip construction. I think it turned out okay in that regard, but I still don't trust these ankles over time. I don't think I'm going to display her with a shield. I think I'm just going to display her with a cannon. These stickers can go die in a fire. They do look kind of cool, though. The color separation is good, aside from the awful stickers. But the stickers, for the most part, to be fair to them, they're foil. They're the green foil sensor material. You can't really do that with plastic. So, you know, it is what it is. My opinion on the Witch from Mercury kits, I think, has largely stayed the same. I'm a little more positive towards them. I think this was a decent kit, but I definitely think that for the $25 this goes for in a lot of non-Japanese places, kind of a stretch for what you get. I also think the bits on the shield are probably going to wear out over time. I think the ankles are going to wear out over time. But there is some genuinely cool engineering here. I thought when I was building the head and torso and the shoulders, there was some genuinely clever stuff here. And I appreciate the Witch from Mercury line for giving us some of the improved technology that we got to see reach its zenith with Gundam Seed Freedom. And I think in the future, I'm going to be much more excited to build more Seed Freedom kits than I am to build more Witch from Mercury. I will be building at least one more Witch from Mercury kit because I have another one in my backlog. I am going to do the demi-barding because I already bought it. I bought it with this thing, and I'm going to probably decently enjoy that build as well. Yeah, fuck these stickers. But aside from that, it was decent. It was okay. I think I'm happy with this kit because I got it for $15 shipped. If I had to pay $25 plus shipping for this, I would be a lot more critical of it than I am right now. As it stands, though, I think it's okay. I think it's an okay model. I'll put it on my shelf with some of my other kits, and I think she will do an okay job. Barring the glorified taxi, yep. So that's that. I want to see if I can get her back into a cool... I want to get her into a cool broom riding pose. I liked that pose, I just need to adapt it a little bit now that she has a back skirt on. Okay, so... Oh, here we go, here we go, here we go. I can do like that. Nope. Man, for as many joints as this arm has, it has all of them in the most useless configuration possible because they're almost useful, but not quite. Let me get her put a little more side there. I really like how I had her grabbing the handle before. I think that was a cool touch to kind of make it look like she was actually attached on it a little better. More like, there we go. There we go. That's starting to look better. Now, ooh, what if I have her holding a saber? How about she's holding a saber with her offhand? That'll look cool. The blue of the beam effect especially will help contrast the other colors really nicely. Oh yeah, that's the ticket. That's the ticket right there. Look at that. Look at that. So that I think is how my I want to rotate her waist more so she looks like she's kind of facing more forward. That I think that's going to be it. That's going to be my display pose for my Witch from Mercury Calibarn. Get these thrusters up and out a bit more. There we go. My main issue with the Witch from Mercury kits how ludicrously tight the ball joints on the arms were. Yeah, that's a problem that polycaps could have avoided because they have enough squish that you can kind of accommodate for those little fluctuations in joint tightness, but they decided, Witch from Mercury decided they were too good for polycaps, so it is what it is. Now, let me see if I can get a stand in. You know what? You know what? I think I might have been onto something with the backward stand, because that might actually be the only way that I can... Wait, no, never mind. I think I found a way to get the stand into the port. I thought for a second I was going to have to flip it around backwards like I did when I first built it, but actually no. She gets on the stand just fine. And yeah, that actually looks really cool. I'm gonna set that on my shelf next to the... I'll set that on my shelf next to the divers kits. And I'm going to grab a quick picture of that on my phone so I can show you guys, because I think it looks pretty cool on the shelf. Untying my camera roll. We're safe. Okay. Done. Painting in Luke's X-Wing colors, capturing the theme and calling it a star. Oh, cool, because it has like the X-Wing style backpack. Yeah, that's neat. Pose is characterful and quirky. Thank you. So, this is where she is now. This is her... Let me turn up my screen brightness. This is her semi-permanent home now. She's chilling out next to the Bill Divers gang. Looking pretty cool. I'm probably going to put the barding and whatever other Witch from Mercury kits I put kind of... Any others I build, I'll kind of put around her. That's kind of going to be her home on the shelf now. I think she looks pretty good. I am happy with how this looks. So, normally this is the part of the stream where we'd hang around and do some real wild stuff, but I think because we spent so long on the build and I'm getting hungry and it's getting quite late, it's like 7:30 my time, I'm probably going to have to go and grab something to eat. So thank you to you legends that stuck around to the end of the stream. Really appreciate you guys hanging out with me during this long and arduous build, which, if we're not being over dramatic, it really wasn't that arduous. It was just a few points during the build where my sanity meter dropped a little too low. But thanks for hanging out. Thanks for sticking through the wild stuff. And come back tomorrow or the day after, because we'll be doing a different stream. We're not going to be building something, but it's something that I think a lot of the hardcore Gundam fans are going to enjoy, because we'll be taking a look at a game that is very, 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 very similar to a certain arcade game that Bandai refuses to look at in the West, or rather refuses to release in the West. So look forward to that. Thanks for coming by for the stream. As always, I'm Second Soundwave, and I'll see you next time. Take care, guys.